Okay, so so we need now to take the data. So as we can see, so everything, so we remove first the fastening. So this one was used for fastening, so that it remain firm. So we remove this fastening material so that we'll be able to see the wires inside there. So normally it is not very easy to remove, because after burning, so it becomes very hard. So you need to be extra careful, otherwise we will not be able to collect the data if we don't take care. Because if you just remove without taking the data, you will not be able to rewind this motor again. You will not be able to rewind the factory setting. So keenly remove those fastening material. So you see, this is where it got burned. So all the wires are burned here now, and it would be very difficult for us to be able to identify the wires very well. So let's hope that the terminal did not get burned, so that it will not give us too much problem in determining the wires. So there, that one is also burned inside this one. So, and this one is one of the terminal. So it was going on, that's one of the terminal, and as you can see, so this is the wire for the terminal. Termination was here, termination was there. So you need to remove slowly by slowly. Also this other termination also, it got burned, so the other terminal here got burned also. So let's see how we are going to go about replacing this one. Okay, so now let's record down now what is inside here. So inside these grooves, these are the slots. So we need to count the number of slots for this motor, so that we know. So we have to record down also the slots. So if we begin from here, so we count the total number of slots from here. So we begin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So this motor is a 24 slot motor. So the total number of slots are 24. So we have known this 24 slots motor. So we record down that one. We record down as slots 24. Then coils, we have coils per set. So when you look at this one, so you need to know how many sets of coils. You need to know how many sets of coils are there. Okay, so the number of slots for this case, they are 14. Then the number of coils, so we have two separate coils. We have this coil and we have this other coil here. So this coil and this coil here are the coils for starting winding. So these are the starting winding coils. So it's only 2, 1 and 2. So then those 2 coils for starting winding. So let's see the way it is. So it means this motor is a 2-pole motor. So we just write here also a 2-pole motor. And then number of poles, there are 2. Then we look at the number of coils per pole. So the number of coils per pole, we can just count. So from right inside here, so 1, 2, 3. So it is 3, 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 coils per set. So each set is having 3 coils. So coil per set, there are 3. So 3 coils per set. So it means the set for one pole is 3. The other is also 3 coils. Then, so from there, we need to look at this one first. We look at the starting winding first, so that we see the number of coils. So we have seen it is 3 coils per set. So which means we have the first set, we have the second, then we have the third set. Apart from that, we also need to know the gauge of the wire. So what is the gauge of this wire? So we measure the thickness. So we need to know the thickness of the wire. Then we compare that thickness with the standard wire gauge. So we have the standard wire gauges. So these are the standard wire gauge which we need to know. So the standard wire gauge, when you measure in millimeters, so this is measurement in millimeters up to there. So from the smallest, which is 0.45 millimeters, 0.5 all the way up to 0.250 millimeters. So 0.45 millimeters is standard wire gauge 26. 0.5 millimeters is standard wire gauge 25. 0.56 millimeters is standard gauge wire 24. So for this gauge, this one is this one is, we read that we read that gauge, and that gauge is 0.56. So 0.56, which means it is standard wire gauge 24. So it is gauge 24. So we record down that standard wire gauge 24. So we record it as standard wire gauge 24. So there is that this gauge, and then there is in millimeters. So whatever when you measure in millimeters, then you will translate it into gauge. Then so we have seen it is 24 gauge 24. Then apart from that, also we will be requiring to know the how many kilograms, kgs, it is how many kilograms. After removing it, we will just ensure that everything is intact, so that we measure and we know how many kilograms will this motor take for that wire gauge 24. So therefore we now want to look at now the way it has been wound. So actually how the way it has been wound, so we need to see. So what we look for, we normally look for the beginning of the wire and the end of the wire. So this is the beginning of the wire. So this one here, it is the beginning of this wire. So we see from that beginning, where it does it go. So from the beginning, from the beginning, so that's the beginning of the wire. So from the beginning of the wire, we can call it number 1. So it begins from the smallest. So these coils, it has been wound in this manner. So these coils have been wound in this manner. So we have the coil number 1. So this is the beginning. So this is start, and then it goes like that. It is wound like that. It is wound like that. So after winding, we just come and wind again like that. We just come and wind again like that until there are 3. So there are 1, 2, 3. So there are 3. So at the beginning, we call it at slot 1. So at slot 1. So from slot 1 here. So this is the slot. This is the slot. That is the slot. And we have of course we have other slots here. We have other slots here. Slot. That's another slot. That's a slot. So we have other slots like that, 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 like that. So from the first slot here, so we count from the first entry here, and where does it come on the other slot. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is 8 from pitch. So that's known as pitch. So the pitch, we just write pitch as pitch. We write it as 8. So which means from the start of that coil until the other leg of the coil, it is 8. It's 8 slots. We count 8 slots. So actually this one we counted 8 slots. So we should have just begun by drawing this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So so this represents the number of slots now. So this is representing the number of slots. So if we begin from here, let's say we begin from here, so that is slot number 1. Then that's where we'll be putting our wire. So we'll be putting our first wire, our first coil, we'll be putting at this slot number. So if we choke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So if we put inside here starting, so we count 8 on the left, towards left side. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it means it comes up to here. So our wire will go like that, our coil, then it comes out here. Then so that is the wire. Then the next coil, remember there are 3 coils. There are 1 2 3. There are 3 coils. So the first coil, it goes up to 8. Then the next one will go to 12, and then it goes to 3. It comes out from 3, it goes to 13. Then from 13 it goes to number 2. So this will be the end of the coil now. So this is the end. So this is start, that is end. The same thing also with the other coil. So when you look at this coil, so they share, they are in adjacent. So this coil and this coil, which is forming the poles. So this pole and this pole, they are adjacent to one another like this. So which means there is another coil here. So this coil, we also count from this one. So we count 8 the other way around. So 1, we count 4, we count 3, 1 2 3. So 1 2 3. So that will be the inside coil. Then we count from this one 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 up to here. So which means the other start for this other coil is start of coil 2. That was start of coil 1, that was end of coil 1. So the start of coil 2, it starts from there, then we go like that, then it comes again through that one, then it comes here, then it comes here, it goes like that, it goes like that. So this one at this other end, actually it will be coming out of number 1. So that it will be coming out of there, and then it goes like that. That will be 3 now coil. So 1 2 3. So this is the end of coil 2, end of coil 2. So the end of coil 2 and end of coil 1 are joined together. So these ones, the 2 ends are joined together to make a knot like that. So that is now our starting winding. That's our starting winding. So remember, so that's starting winding. So it means now we have a pole here and another pole there. So that's not a pole and a pole. It doesn't matter. So because it keeps on changing. So therefore, that is how the winding of start winding is. That's how the start winding is. So we now look at again, another thing we need to look at is the number of wires. The number of wires. Sometimes we have others which are we have layers. We have layers. Sometimes this triple layer, others are double layer. Yes. So when you look at this one, so this one is now a double layer. It is double layer. 1 2. So you see it is two wires. 1 2. So it means this double layer. So that double layer, we just write here double layer. So because it's double layer, so when we'll be recording down our data, so we know it is double layer. So which means number 1, we will be saying the number of turns. The number of turns, then we say it is times 2. So it is going to be times 2. We say times 2, which will be equals to then it gives us the total number of turns. So like for this case, the number of turns for the inner coil, so we count the number of turns, so that's coiling. So it means we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they are 8. So means equals to 8. So they are 8. So which means because it is double layer, so it means it is 4. So we are winding. If we are to wind, so each layer will be 4. The other layer is also 4. So to make a total of 8. So that is the inner coil. Then the next coil, we look at the number of turns. Also for the next coil, we look at the number of turns also. So we are through the first one, the first coil. Then the second coil, now we count the number of turns. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So they are 38. So in total they are 38. So coil number, the next coil is 38. So it is total of 38. So which means we are saying a certain number times 2, so that gives us 38, and that is 19. So it is 19. So it means 19. So we wind 19 in the first layer, we wind 19 in the second layer, so it gives us a total of 38. Then we also count for number the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. So there are 52. So the next one is 52. So you say times 2, which is giving us 52. So which means 52, we say 26. So 26 plus 26, it gives us 52 years. So it means the last one is, we say 26. So each layer, first layer it is 26, the second layer is also 26, so it gives us a total of 52. So now that is the turning for the number of turns for starting winding. So that is it. So that's how to record the data. So you do the same way also, so that you record the data for the running winding. So the running winding, is the first one to wind. So that one was the last one to wind. So the running winding was the first one to wind, and we look at also its data. So we'll try to look at the number of slots. So the number of the number of coils is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one, the running winding, so that one was start. So this is start and running. So the running winding, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 coils per set. Remember, there are 2 sets, and the coils per set, there are 4 coils per set. So therefore, we also look at the data. We look at the data for this one also, for the starting winding, also for this for the running winding. So the data, that's where we have. So we look at the starting and the end, the starting and the end also. So where does it start and where does it end? So we want to determine the coil pitch. So when you look at that one, so the coil pitch for this one, so that one, whatever I'm doing is because we are through with that. So otherwise we don't do that one if we are not through with it. So we are through with that. It is now upon us to just come and remove it now. So we look at the, we want to know the pitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the pitch is 6. So for this one, pitch, we say pitch is 6. Pitch is 6. Then apart from that, coils per set are 4. So the coils per set are 4. Apart from recording out the pitch, we also want what do we want there? So we also want to know the beginning. So the beginning also, we see the beginning, and we look at the number of wires per, the number of layers. So for this one, the number of layers, we determine the number of layers by looking at the termination, where it is being terminated. So it gives us the number of layers. So this one is giving us 1, 2, 3. So the number of layers, it means it is 3 layers. So therefore, whatever we will have there, it will be times 3. So that it gives us the total number. We say also that one times 3. So that gives us the number. That one times 3, it gives us the total number. times 3 for the fourth one times 3 gives us the total number. So if we are to look at the first one, let us just look at the first one only, and then we know actually what it is there. So for the first one, so this is the first one. So we count the number of wires. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So there are 27. So remember, the first one is 27, and remember there are 3 layers, so it gives us a total of 27. So for us to get that 27, it means it is 9. So it means each and every coil, it is 9. So we wind 9, it forms 1, and then another 9, and another 9. We combine them so that it becomes 27. Then we do the same for all the remaining wires. Then where does it start? Where does it start? So the start of that one, we will use a different color. So the start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 from here, from the first one here. So we count 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it begins from here. So we use a different pen. So the beginning of that, why it is 1, and then remember it is going how many? We found it is 6. So it begins from there, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it begins there, and then it comes out of that one. Then it goes to the next one like that. It comes out of that one until we reach the end. So therefore, that is how to come up with the data, and that data is what is going to help us when we are doing now the rewinding. Now when we will be rewinding, we will be using that data. So thank you very much for that.